Okay, Jack, Coach Donati sent me this video of you from yesterday and wanted to take a look at it and keep what I say really simple. I don't want I know that you and Coach were doing a lot of good work. I saw one thing early in your swing that I wanted to really point out to you on video because I think it's really going to help you. The last time I took a look at you on film, we really talked about the hips climbing, right? And then as you came down, you started to swing. I think you get a little bit of rise in your hips. I'd like to see you get off your back leg a little bit more because from what I see, Jack, and I know the video is not really good, but as I'm watching your toe hit, which would be to that frame there, see the position that you're in, see how you've already started to swing, right? And by that, what I mean is, and again, this is totally crappy video, watch how before your toe hits, you're still not down. That movement there, right? I think that if you got down in a much more loaded position, right, at toe strike, that doesn't look like a very strong position to hit. Our posture doesn't look real good. Our hands have actually started to come forward on that last move a little bit. You can see how you're leaning in. And most importantly is, once again, right before this gets into the ground, this is starting to turn to there. Let me clear that out. It's so hard on this kind of video. That move there. Now, I put Mike Trout next to you because, not that we want to compare ourselves to the greatest baseball player that ever lived, but it's a similar type of swing. This was on TV last night on Intentional Talk. So it's the same kind of leg kick, right? And we don't, again, the video is not conducive to what we want to see, but as you watch your movement, I think you're a little bit up and you stay a little bit stuck on your back leg. Watch his movement. So he's rocked into hip load, right? By that, we're looking at his back hip there. See how he's rocked into that? Now see how level he stays. And again, I wish I had you straight from the side. Look at the angle there, right? He's really gotten that weight off of that back leg, and look how level he is. You can contrast that by seeing how your angle of your hips has changed. And I think, Jack, if you just worked, and see, here's the big telltale sign for me, Jack, as I watch your back foot as you're striding. See how it turns back? See how it turns back? Right? Rather than just going forward, because as we break down in how we move early, that throws off our whole timing, and now we get to, our toe hasn't touched yet. There it has. And we can see how we've started to swing. If you watch Trout's foot, you can see no turn at all. And I could pull up a whole bunch of different guys to illustrate these same concepts. I just picked Trout because he swings very similar to you in terms of his knee lift. So, Jack, what I would recommend that you do is about 10,000 slow and deliberate dry reps, learning how, okay, this is anchored. As I get my back hip loaded, then this is just going to go forward. Forward level. Forward level. You can see how he gets his weight off of his back leg. Because then what he's able to get, Jack, is, as you know, the big thing that we teach is immediate preparation. Again, a picture is worth 1,000 words. The difference in how Trout is loaded at toe strike versus how you are loaded because you started to swing before your toe got down, which is because we had a bad movement. Again, watching here, we had a bad movement up and back, so we started to turn before we get to the ground. Now, the big thing that we've been teaching with immediate preparation is what happens is his heel goes down. And as he gets, well, I think I locked you guys. Okay. As he gets heel down there, look how much he's still back. Right? Look how much that's back as that began to engage as his heel hit the ground. Let me rewind it again. So he's at toe strike. Now heel in immediate preparation. And you could see how this turned. Hand stayed back, his back elbow just dropped independent. If we were to take you to heel strike, even if we gave you that frame there, right? You can see the massive difference you can see as you've started to swing early because of the fault in your stride, you can see how far forward everything is as you got into heel strike at immediate preparation versus how everything is still back with Trout. And the end result is we get this around type of action, and we're also losing efficiency in our swing. Whereas Trout is able to get much more length through the ball. So, one more time to review. I think what I see here and what we get here with our hips, see how that back foot turned back? Like we're getting stuck on our back leg and going up and down. So now it's like panic, I got to get the weight off of my back leg, and before my front toe hits, which is going to be from this frame to this frame, there, you can see the position where you've already started to commit hands forward. You can see your hips aren't level. You can see you're starting to fall in here. You can see that you've started to turn here, right? And it is inevitable then that our direction is going to be around. Whereas Trout, again, we're going to rock into hip load. But even as he's rocking into hip load, watch his back hip, watch his back knee, watch his back thigh. Watch how they go forward. See how it's forward and level? Forward and level. And you can see how he's displaced his weight right there to toe strike versus where your weight is displaced at toe strike. Then he gets down to immediate preparation, which is when the front heel hits. And you can see how everything is still back and stacked up versus when your heel hits, which is, even if we took that frame, how far you've come forward. So listen, like, it's a lot better than the last time I looked at it. And I don't, as you're playing games, like, you can't think about this stuff. This is stuff that you can engage in deliberate practice with as you work with intent. You walk into a game, it's still, I'm hunting fastball, see the ball, hit the ball, I'm eating somebody's face off, right? I'm looking for the ball away, right? Whatever the case may be. This, Jack, as you work how I'm just going to keep playing this. It's this striding movement. Just watching his back leg and how everything gets going forward and level, and he hasn't started to swing. Nothing comes forward until that heel starts to slam down. Right? So we can get to that position of immediate preparation if we work on the way that we take our stride. Again, watching our back foot turn out there, and we're stuck on our back leg as we go up or down, so now we panic and get off of it before our toe touches. I hope that helps you out, bud. I thought that this was a really good comparison for the way that you move, to think about how you can move your lower half in your stride to improve where you're at immediate preparation, which will help your direction to the ball and length.